This is why I train in martial arts. I first saw this show on the Advised Show media channel, but I want to make my point before I show the rest of this. And my point is this. People who are racist supremacists are a danger to you, even if you're in their race, because it doesn't matter if it's white supremacists or if they're black supremacists or if they're Asian supremacists or if they're, Latino supremacists, Hispanic supremacists, whatever the cyst is, these racial extremists are a danger to you, even if you're in their group, because they will kill you if you do something they don't like or if you dare to stick up for the group that they hate. And here's proof right here.
This morning, new details on the shocking stabbings of 3 Good Samaritans who came to the aid of young women being harassed on a Portland train.
There was just blood everywhere, and we just started running for our lives.
Destiny Mangum was sitting with a Muslim friend who was wearing a hijab when police say alleged white supremacist 35-year-old Jeremy Christian went on an anti-Muslim tirade Friday afternoon. 3 men stepped in to calm him down.
He told us to go back to Saudi Arabia and to get out of his country. This white male from the back of us came and he was like, "You can't disrespect these young ladies." Then they just all started arguing.
She said it was a white male that came to her aid. If you saw that flash of the people who were the victims in this thing, it was 3 white guys. 3 white guys decided to do the right thing, and 2 of them get murdered for it.
Police say that's when Christian stabbed all 3. 23-year-old Talisha Namkai Meshe and 53-year-old Army veteran Ricky Best were killed. The third man, 21-year-old Micah Fletcher, hospitalized in serious condition, giving a thumbs up overnight from his hospital bed.
You see that even the Army veteran got cut. Little known secret, basic military troopers, they don't get the training that I think they should. I think boot camp should be at least a year for all branches.
These 2 men died heroes.
They lost their lives because of me and my friend and the way we looked. And I just want to say thank you to them and their family, and that I appreciate them. Without them, we probably would be dead right now.
Police say Christian has a known criminal history and extremist views. ABC affiliate KATU obtained this video of a man appearing to be Christian yelling profanities and hate speech on the train just 1 day before the attack.
Oh, it's like we got a Christian or Muslim bus driver, I'll stab you too.
Well, what I say to the young lady is, it's not your fault what happened. Don't feel like you're the blame of that.
That's right, Advised Show Media. It's not her fault. It's nobody's fault but the person who did the stabbing. But what we do need to do as those of us who are teaching martial arts, and especially people who are experts with the knife, you got to start telling the rest of us how to handle these knives, man. You got to tell the rest of us how to handle these knives, because there's a rise in knife stabbings, and now it's not just Cecil cherry picking the racial incidents. They're stabbing people who just make them angry. So 3 white guys got stabbed by a racist white guy because they had the gall in his eyes to say, no, we're not going to put up with you treating these girls like this, these young women like this, these ladies like this. What you're doing is wrong. And what does he do? He turns around and he stabs them to death. 2 of them are dead. 1 of them still in the hospital. And you see he went for the neck. So again, that's why I'm thinking you got to protect your neck. One thing I was thinking about today, you got your knife hand block here. Maybe knife hand block is what helps protect the knife. And one knife guy that I do know who does help me, Mr. Dwayne Harper, shout out to you, Sensei. He's a knife expert. He said you can use this. Let me correct myself. I said hand. It's not hand. It is forearm. Outer part of the forearm here to this bone of the forearm here. There are no arteries here that I know of. So this part right here, in here, where I'm rubbing, here. That, not this. No, not this. Not this. This. Forearm. Outer forearm. Knife hand block. Knife hand block. Again, this is the bone shield here. You could use this if you got to take some kind of impact. It's best to take it here and get cut here than to get cut here, or down below in the guts. You know, it's like redirecting the damage. So we're going to have to do something, people. We're going to have to do something. And what I really wish had happened, and I know a lot of people hate the police these days, but I really wish that somebody had called the police. You should have called the police before you try confronting this guy, because they have guns. They probably could have came up there, used their police tactics, tased the guy, and got him that way. Or if he had a knife, they could have pulled a gun and they could have shot him, and these three men would be blameless. But again, I want to make the point. These racists are dangerous. They are not. Don't be selfish and think because you're not in a group that gets targeted that they're not going to come after you. Because here's something I want you to think about. What if the racists got their way and they got rid of all of whatever group it is they don't like, but they still like killing people? Who do you think you're going to come after next? Or they happen to think you're in that group just by glancing. You know, they could glance at me, not be looking carefully. They could think I'm in another race that they don't like. You know, other people who are lighter than me, they could get a tan. Person could glance at them and then go after them. They could think they're in a race they don't like. Nobody is safe from evil. When you see evil, you got to do something about it. Doing something about it does include calling the cops. I wish that somebody had called the cops and these guys confronted him, but from a safe distance. And here's another little tidbit that's not necessarily Hanadul setting that each Nissan Shi Go Roku. Okay? You got to wonder why somebody is being bold. Meaning, I'm a big guy, right? I assume when somebody feels like, if they're a lot smaller than me and they feel brave enough to try to talk trash to me, I assume they're armed right off. I assume they're armed, or they got friends, or they must know some kind of martial art. Because why else would they feel comfortable stepping to me when I'm 6 foot tall and I got all this weight on me? And it's not all fat either. Why would they feel like they can step to me if they don't have something up their sleeve? So think about that. Think about they got a knife, they got a gun, they got a friend or something. And I really feel bad for all the families involved. I feel bad for the young lady. I feel bad for the two men that lost their lives. I don't feel bad for the criminal. I feel bad for the young man that's in the hospital. This world is getting crazy. And you're going to have to learn to protect yourself to get along in a crazy world, or to protect other people. And that's another thing. If you want to be confronting these people like this, you've got to have some martial arts training. You can't just do it because you're a man. You've got to know what to do, because some of these... Why is it that the criminals always get trained? Why is it that the criminals know... Let me play this part of Advice Show Media thing before I go, because I think he mentions it in here.
This guy was nothing but a radical Caucasian terrorist. It's nothing you said. It's nothing you did. It's just they see nothing but hate and terrorists. And these men tried to stand up to this terrorist, and he was cowardly and bold because he had a weapon on him and killed these two men. Now, to sit here and cut two people on their throats like that, you had to be trained using that knife to do that.
Yep, he was trained. So again, those of you who've mastered the knife, help the rest of us out, please, who haven't.
Call 301-894-6616. If you want to find out more, go to cecilryu.org, cecilryu.org. Peace.